Most people talk too much before they even start working. They tell everyone their big dreams and their future plans. They share every detail before doing even one small step. But something strange happens when you talk about your goals. Your brain starts to feel like you already achieved them. You get a small reward feeling before doing real work. That feeling tricks your brain into thinking the job is done. So you lose the drive and motivation to keep going. Silence is not weakness. Silence is actually your secret weapon. The moment you share your plan, doubt enters the room. People will question your idea before you even begin trying. They will say, "It is too hard," or "too risky." Their words plant small seeds of fear inside your mind. You start to second-guess yourself and your own ability. The plan that felt perfect now feels weak and broken. This is why quiet builders always outperform loud dreamers easily. Your vision is fragile at the start, so protect it. Work in silence and let your results do all talking. Every great thing in life was built quietly and patiently. Nobody watched the seed grow before it became a tall tree. Nobody saw the hours of practice before the big performance. Nobody knew the plan before the product changed everything, forever. The builders stayed quiet, stayed focused, and kept moving forward daily. They did not need approval or likes or anyone's validation. They trusted the process even when nothing was visible yet. They kept their head down and did the work daily. One day they stood up, and the world finally noticed. Talking feels productive, but it actually steals your real energy. Every time you explain your plan, you spend creative fuel. That fuel is better used for building, creating, and growing. Protect your energy the same way you protect your time. Not everyone around you wants to see your dream succeed. Some people smile at your face, but doubt you inside. Their hidden doubts become invisible walls between you and success, always. When you stay silent, those walls never get the chance. You move faster, think clearer, and build stronger in silence. So from today, stop announcing and start quietly doing the work. Let your progress surprise people who never believed in you. Let your success speak louder than any words ever could. Be the person who acts first and explains much later. Build your dream like it is a beautiful and protected secret. Feed it with your time, your focus, and your belief. Do not water it with words that drain your power. Stay silent, stay consistent, and trust every step of the journey. One day your results will explain everything better than words ever will. Sharing your goals too early is a dangerous silent trap. Your brain is a powerful but easily fooled thinking machine. When you tell someone your big dream out loud clearly, your brain immediately registers that action as a form of progress. It does not know the difference between doing and telling. To your brain, talking about the goal feels like achieving it. A small chemical reward is released, and you feel proud. That proud feeling is the same feeling you get after winning. So your brain thinks the job is halfway already done. This is called a substitution effect in basic human psychology. The act of sharing replaces the act of actually doing. You feel satisfied without putting in any real hard effort. That satisfaction quietly kills the hunger that drives consistent daily action. You no longer feel the strong urgency to get started. The fire that was burning inside you slowly becomes smaller. You postpone the work because the excitement already feels fulfilled. Days pass, and the goal begins to feel less important. The dream that once felt urgent now feels strangely optional. Studies have shown this pattern happening in real people repeatedly. People who kept goals private made significantly more consistent daily progress. People who announced goals publicly showed far less follow-through later. The announcement gave them the reward before earning it through work. So the motivation to chase that reward completely disappeared quickly. This is not just theory. It is backed by real research. Your brain responds to social acknowledgement, like it responds to achievement. One single moment of praise can silence weeks of inner drive. That is how fragile and easily tricked our minds actually are. This does not mean your dream is weak or wrong. It means your energy and focus must be carefully guarded, always. Every time you talk about your plan to someone else, you are spending motivation that should be saved for real action. Think of your drive like a limited and precious daily fuel. Talking burns that fuel without moving you even one step forward. The more you explain, the less energy remains for real building. Quiet people are not shy. They are simply protecting their power. They understand that action always speaks louder than any exciting announcement. Your vision is most fragile at the very beginning stage. It is like a tiny flame just beginning to glow. One strong wind from outside can completely blow it out. That wind comes in the form of other people's words. When you share your plan too early with the world, you invite opinions, doubts, and fears into your sacred creative space. Most people will not say what you truly need hearing. They will say it is too hard or too risky. They will remind you of every possible way to fail. These words do not always come from a bad place. Sometimes the people who love you doubt you the most. They want to protect you from disappointment and future painful failure. So they highlight the risks before you even take one step. Their concern feels like care, but it acts like poison. It plants tiny seeds of fear deep inside your mind. You start to hear their voices even when working alone. That inner doubt grows louder every single time you sit down. Slowly, their fear becomes your fear, without you even noticing. This is why silence is the greatest protector of vision. When nobody knows your plan, nobody can question it prematurely. You get to develop your idea. In a safe, quiet space, you build confidence through small daily wins that nobody else sees. Each small step forward makes your belief in yourself grow stronger. By the time the world finds out, you are already ready. You are no longer fragile because you have already built something real. Their doubt arrives too late to stop what you already started. Silence gave your dream the time it needed to grow roots. Not every person deserves access to your unfinished and unpolished dreams. Some people unconsciously project their own fears onto your big vision. Their limited beliefs are not a reflection of your actual potential. But an unprotected mind absorbs those limiting beliefs very easily and quickly. You begin to see your goal through their fearful and small eyes. What once felt exciting and possible now feels uncertain and overwhelming. All of this happens simply because you spoke too soon outside. A protected vision stays pure and powerful and deeply personal inside. Silence is not secretive behavior. It is an act of deep self-respect. Every person is born with a limited daily energy supply. That energy is meant for thinking, creating, and taking real action. But most people waste it in ways they never even notice. Talking about your goals is one of the biggest energy leaks. It feels harmless and even exciting to share your big plans. But each conversation quietly drains fuel you cannot easily get back. Your creative energy is not unlimited. It is actually very finite. Once it is spent, your ability to focus becomes much weaker. You feel tired, unmotivated, and mentally foggy without understanding the reason. Think of your mind like a phone with a limited battery. Every app running in the background slowly drains the battery down. Talking about your plans is like leaving too many apps open. You look at your phone, and the battery is already gone. You wonder why you feel so tired and mentally exhausted daily. The answer is that your energy was spent on empty conversations. Words without action are the most expensive thing you can spend. They cost you time, focus, momentum, and your most precious creative fuel. And in return, they give you nothing but temporary and shallow validation. Creative energy is the force behind every great idea ever built. It is what pushes you to sit down and start working. It is what keeps you going when the task feels difficult. When you talk too much, that creative force gets slowly diluted. You spread your mental energy thin across too many unnecessary conversations. Instead of going deep into your work, you stay on the surface. Depth is where real progress and breakthroughs always happen for builders. Surface-level effort produces surface-level results that never truly satisfy. Protecting your energy means protecting your ability to go deep daily. Explaining your vision repeatedly also forces your brain to stay outside. You keep describing the destination instead of actually walking the path. Your mind stays in presentation mode instead of entering creation mode. Presentation mode uses a completely different and less productive type of thinking. Creation mode is where focus, flow, and real innovation actually live. Every time you explain your plan, you exit that powerful creative state. Getting back into deep focus takes significant time and strong mental effort. Quiet C. Creators protect this state like it is their most valuable possession. They know that focused silent energy always builds faster than loud excitement. Results are the only language that the whole world understands. No explanation, no announcement, and no pitch can replace real proof. Words are cheap, and everyone around you knows that simple truth. But results carry a weight that nobody can argue with easily. When you quietly build and then finally show your finished work, the impact is 10 times stronger than any early announcement ever. People see what you created, and they immediately feel the difference. There is no doubt, no question, and no room for dismissal. Your work speaks before you even open your mouth to explain. Loud people announce and then struggle to match their own words. They create expectations that their actions often fail to fully meet. The gap between their talk and their results becomes painfully visible. People notice that gap, and trust slowly begins to disappear completely. But the quiet builder never creates that dangerous and damaging gap. They show up with the finished product and let it shine. There is no expectation to manage because nobody knew the plan. The surprise of the result becomes the most powerful form of communication. Silence followed by strong results always creates the deepest and lasting impression. Think about every person who ever truly inspired and moved you deeply. You did not admire them because of what they said early. You admired them because of what they actually did and built. Their actions created a story that words could never fully capture. That story became their reputation, their brand, and their lasting legacy. A reputation built on results is unshakable and impossible to take away. A reputation built only on words collapses the moment pressure arrives. Quiet, consistent action is the only foundation that supports long-term success. Everything else is decoration, sitting on top of an unstable and weak base. The world will always try to judge you before you finish. People form opinions based on rumors, first impressions, and incomplete information. But when your results finally arrive, all previous judgments get erased completely. Results reset the narrative and rewrite what people believe about you. They cannot deny what is standing directly and boldly in front of them. This is the ultimate power of working in complete and disciplined silence. You are not hiding. You are simply preparing your most powerful response. Every day of quiet work is another sentence in your success story. Let the final chapter be so strong that it silences every doubt,